What if I told you that overthinking can shorten your lifespan and also age you prematurely? If you're like many of us, we overthink constantly, and sometimes it really affects even our sleep at night. Have you ever had those nights where your body is physically super tired, but your mind won't shut off, and you just wish there was an off switch where you could just be like, okay, enough, enough of that thought. And then as soon as you do that, another thought about something else or someone else from like 10 years ago comes into your mind. We're going to talk through how overthinking really can disrupt a lot of things in your life, but mostly it really drains your energy and just leaves you feeling stressed, anxious, and really fatigued both mentally and physically. Before we dive in, I want to ask you a question, and it involves an analogy. So say there's a boat and you are that boat, okay? And currently in your life, do you feel like your boat is sailing in the direction that you want to and it feels really great and you're not overthinking? Or do you feel like most of us, where the water is coming into the boat, right? It's almost like there's a hole in the bottom, and that water are thoughts that you're having. So just there's a saying that says, I don't let anyone else's water into my boat. So just think about that water, those thoughts that you're giving power to. Those are other people, places, things that you're allowing into your space, into your body, mind, heart, soul. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to keep your boat water free. When you overthink, your body stays in a state of alertness, and this produces excess cortisol in your body. And this also, just the overthinking, as you can imagine, also overloads your body. So it just leads to you being super exhausted. As also previously mentioned, this can disrupt your sleep cycle. So when you go to sleep, that's your body's time to rejuvenate from everything you've done throughout the day, and all your cells kind of re-regulate themselves. So when you're not getting proper sleep and staying asleep long enough, this can really have some other effects other than just grogginess, lack of focus, stress, anxiety. It can actually lead to chronic illness. So, how does overthinking shorten your lifespan? Firstly, it poses chronic stress and health risks. As previously mentioned, prolonged stress from overthinking keeps your cortisol levels elevated, which is linked to various health issues such as high blood pressure, heart disease, a weakened immune function, and digestive problems. These conditions can contribute to a shorter lifespan if they persist over time. This can also lead to reduced enjoyment of life. When you're caught up in your thoughts, you may fail to be present during important moments, whether it's a conversation with a friend, enjoying nature, or celebrating an achievement. This can lead to feelings of emptiness, regret, or the ability to just not savor life in all of its fullness. This can also lead to increased anxiety and worry. Constant overthinking leads to a cycle of worry and anxiety about things that are really beyond your control. This further distances you from the present moment, preventing you from acting with clarity from a peace of mind. It can also lead to some mental health issues. Overthinking is often associated with anxiety and depression, both of which can exacerbate physical health problems. Chronic mental distress can lead to behavioral changes like poor eating habits, lack of exercise, or substance abuse that negatively impact physical health and longevity. Let's talk about accelerated aging. Studies suggest that chronic stress can accelerate the aging process by shortening telomeres, the protective caps at the end of our chromosomes. Shorter telomeres are linked to aging and higher risks of diseases associated with aging, such as Alzheimer's. An important note is that overthinking also takes you out of the present moment. When your attention is drawn to a past event or worry about the future, it's taking you out of the present moment, and it takes away your ability to appreciate the small and simple pleasures of life that are all around you. Okay, so we know how dangerous overthinking is and giving our power away to other people, situations, and places. But how can we take back our power and stop ourselves from overthinking? First step is mindfulness and meditation. This simple practice, if even for just 5 minutes a day, can really change how your thinking patterns are. It can really ground you into the present moment that you're in. And it really stops that monkey mind, as they say. The monkey mind is just, imagine a monkey that's going branch to branch, and each of those branches are different thoughts. So it's like, oh, Did I leave the stove on when I left the house? And then that goes to, oh, my dog's home. And is my dog going to be okay? And that leads to anxiety. So it's just like picture that monkey just keep jumping around. And then it changes topic to something else. And then it jumps even more. So mindfulness and meditation can really calm down your mind and also keep you focused on the present moment. Another strategy to call your power back to you is simply by saying no and setting boundaries. If there's something or someone that you just don't have time for, it's okay. You can't be everything all the time to everyone. It's really important to set boundaries, and maybe I should make another video on that. Let me know in the comments if that's something y'all would be interested in. Another one is physical exercise. This really helps keep your stress levels down and helps you to get a good night's sleep. Another strategy is journaling. So just simply getting out a piece of paper and a pen and writing out your thoughts. It gets all of these thoughts, this overthinking out of your mind and onto paper. And it can be really healing. And you don't have to do it perfectly. There's something called free writing where you can just literally anything that comes into your mind, you can see that monkey mind on paper as it jumps from one thing to another. And it's a really great way to kind of even just see how your mind works, but also really relieve some of that stress and anxiety you're feeling within yourself. And finally, therapy is a great way to find new strategies to deal with overthinking and your thoughts and behavior patterns. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, has been really effective in rewiring your brain and finding new habits and ways of going about doing things in your daily life. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please consider subscribing as it really helps get the content out to more people that could benefit from it. Until next time, I hope you treat yourself very well and focus on self-care.